I exclusively pumped for the first 5 weeks of my daughter's life, and figuring out how to store and bag all of this milk was a challenge. I ended up doing the pitcher method, which really saved my sanity. I would have 2 pitchers, and everything that I pumped between midnight and midnight of one day would go into one pitcher. Then that pitcher would be used for her bottles for the next day. Everything that didn't get used from that pitcher would be put into a bag. You can technically leave milk in the fridge for up to 6 days. A lot of people recommend 4, but I just found that I ran out of room in the jar before 4 days, and it was just easier to do it every day. Sometimes I wouldn't have enough left over in order to make a full bag since I bag 4 ounces at a time. So I would just pour the excess into a little jar and save it until I had 4 ounces to bag. I am not an oversupplier by any means and barely made enough for my daughter. But the important thing is that I made enough to sustain my daughter, and I made enough to bag a little at a time. It's so easy to compare yourself online to people who have a huge oversupply. I would spend all my mornings power pumping and taking supplements when I realized that I was making just enough for my daughter, which is what my body's supposed to do. Creating a stash a little at a time is something I'm very proud of, and now that she's fully breastfeeding, I realize that pumping was literally the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I will not miss trying to figure out how many ounces to give her, or constantly washing bottles throughout the day, and trying to keep track of what milk is good and what milk is not. Luckily, I am still able to create a stash using the Boone Trove while breastfeeding, and I still give her 1 bottle at night to keep up the skill. My biggest advice for pumping is to find out systems that work for you. I also highly recommend keeping a fridge in your bedroom, especially if you have 2 floors. Pumping is so hard, and I hope that if you are pumping, that your work is not going unnoticed. And if you are feeding your child, no matter how, I'm so proud of you.